how are we planning to, what measures have we put in place when we receive the vaccine to store and then administer? Could you go ahead, please, Dr. Ali?
Okay, well, thank you. So yesterday, Mr. President actually gave the PTF the mandate to proceed with preparations with regards to the vaccine. Just to make it very clear, when the PTF was inaugurated back in March, there was no vaccine available for coronavirus. But nevertheless, we have continued to work with the Federal Ministry of Health and the Primary Healthcare Development Agency. The NPHCDA has a lot of experience of delivering vaccines across the country. They were involved with the polio outbreak, with the polio vaccination, and even at the moment, they are responsible for the delivery of routine childhood vaccinations across the country. So they have a lot of experience. What is particularly challenging, as Prof said, with some of these vaccines that have come out for coronavirus has to do with the method of storage. It's ultra cold chain storage, where you have to store them at minus 70 degrees and transport them around the country before you're able to use them. So, but there are other vaccines that do not require such extremely low temperatures. So, for instance, the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine requires, I think, between 2 to 8 degrees, which is the sort of temperature that we currently use. What as a country we are doing now is a lot of work is going on behind the scene. The NPHCDA have a committee. The minister himself has set up an expert advisory committee, and the PTF is now coming in to make sure that we coordinate effectively. And we have been linking up with the National Assembly as well. We were hoping that funds will be put up within the 2021 budget for the COVID-19 vaccine program, but we understand that it's a bit too late for that, and we have to go for a specific supplementary budget. We had a meeting a few days ago with the National Assembly leadership. So everybody is on board, and Mr. President has also given us the marching orders now. The COVID-19 vaccine will be available in Nigeria, making use of the Gavi arrangement. We already have assurance that we will have 20% of our population accommodated by Gavi with regards to the vaccine. We don't need to pay for that, so about 40 million Nigerians or so, but we have to pay for the operations and the logistics associated with it. We are also planning to pay for an additional 20 to 40%. In general, over the next 2 years, we need at least 70% of the population vaccinated before we can actually be sure that we have enough herd immunity. But just to make it clear to the general public, even if we had the vaccine available tomorrow in Nigeria, this epidemic will not change unless we apply the protective measures that we have been advising right from the beginning. The vaccine alone will not change it. If you look at the time period required for the vaccine to take effect, if you look at the Pfizer vaccine, for instance, the first dose, as Prof said, it takes about 12 days for you to have an undetectable antibody response. The second dose, after the second dose, it takes about a week. So in overall, it takes more than a month.